Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels Collector video. Today we're looking at a little bit more of an obscure one. This is the Automobili Pininfarina Battista. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. Lots of people think this is a fantasy casting, but actually this is a real life car, which is interesting. And there's a little bit of backstory on this one. I think this car is created by ex-Ferrari employees or designers. I'm not 100% sure on that fact, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard, and that's kind of why it looks like a Ferrari. In fact, it looks almost identical to a Ferrari, but I think it looks nicer than Ferraris. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of Ferrari because A, they're not in Hot Wheels, but B, they have very strict rules about what you can do with their cars. For example, you can't modify your Ferrari without permission of Ferrari, literally. So that, I don't know why you'd want a Ferrari after that, but maybe it's like for old people who aren't going to modify cars. I don't know. But anyways, into the facts about this cool thing. So this has 4 individual electric motors, which produce 1,400 kilowatts of output, and also that translates to 1,900 horsepower. This car also has 2,300 newton meters of torque, which converts to about 1,691 pound-feet of torque, there or thereabouts. This car also has a 0 to 60 in just 1.79 seconds. I say it and I'll say it again. Electric cars have a super fast acceleration, but when it comes to top speed, they are not that great, because this car actually has a top speed of 222 miles per hour. Not that impressive, especially for that horsepower figure, but it's the same with every electric car. I'm pretty sure the reason why it is probably it's not safe when it goes super duper fast. We've been seeing a lot on the news that electric cars have been catching fire, like a lot, recently, and all sorts of things, and then Teslas have been, the self-driving stuff has been making them crash and stuff, which is a whole nother story. I don't have any Teslas to review, so you probably won't hear that story, but it's quite a big one, and I'd end up ranting on for ages. But back to this car. I don't think the world is ready for electric cars, to be entirely honest. I just don't think it's the way forward. The infrastructure is just not going to ever be there. I think the way forward will be hydrogen fuel. It's carbon neutral, and it's pretty much the same as petrol, other than it's way more expensive at the minute. It's developed by Porsche, I'm pretty sure. The hope is to get it to be cheaper, so it obviously can be more readily available, and we don't have to go electric. Interestingly, Porsche have electric cars. You'd think they wouldn't if they're investing in hydrogen fuels, but I don't think it'll go that way. I think it will take everybody buying an electric car and then realising they're no good, and then we have to find something else, just like we've done with petrol cars. Now we're finding out they're not very good for the environment. Now we need to find something else. And now we've found electric cars. Same story will happen again. Oh, they're not very good. Got to find something else. Anyways, final fact about this car. This car costs $2.2 million, which converts to about £1.7 million. Probably going to be costing about £2 million once you add VAT. That's really all the facts for this car. Now let's get into the actual showcase of this Hot Wheels car. I'm not going to get into any more rants today, okay? That's me done on electric cars. Now let's get into the showcase. Alright, now let's showcase this car. So, first of all, we have the rear Asada 6-spoke wheels. They are done in chrome. Very nice. Suit this car amazingly, in my opinion. You can also see the side skirt of this car is created using the black base plastic. This car is painted in a metallic dark blue. Very nice to see that. And we can also see this car does have wing mirrors, which is a very welcome feature to this thing. That's really it for the side. There is no tampo work. Moving on to the front of this car. Mine has a little funky thing going on with the tampos. Not sure, it kind of looks a bit funky. I don't know if I like that. It's not meant to be like that, but it kind of looks, I don't know if I like that. Who knows? But anyways, this does have headlight tampos, which are done realistically, and we also have this trim, or I think it's more of a stripe, to be honest. It's not on all the factory fresh stuff, like all the factory fresh of these cars, so I have no idea what's going on with that. It's just kind of a Hot Wheels own design thing, I think, but mine's had a little bit of an issue. I don't know how the hell that's happened, but it has, and it kind of looks cool. But anyways, this is the other side. Nothing different about this side to the other side, but obviously you can pause this video and have a look if you're looking for something specific. Now let's take a look at the rear. This is where most of the detail is at. So we have the rear lights, which have been tampoed. They are not very realistic looking, but they are there. We also have a nice license plate, which has been done in white. And we also have some reflector lights, which are obviously on the black base plastic, which is used to create the entire pretty much rear bumper section, as well as the exhaust of this car. This car in real life does have a poppy-up spoiler, or active aero as it's properly called. Poppy-up spoiler. But yes, there you go. It is down on this model. This is quite a contrast from the Rimac Nevera model that they created, which has the spoiler up. So it's interesting to see that they chose the spoiler down version for this. And that's really it for the details on the rear. Not a whole lot going on there. There's the top, but there is actually quite a lot of interestness going on. First of all, this car does have windshield wipers. Nearly forgot that. But on the top, they have created a carbon roof. I'm not 100% sure how they do it, but they've done it on the Jaguar Project 8, which is also in my collection as well. It's also carbon down there, or it's kind of like a carbon texture. It isn't actually carbon, obviously, but yeah, realistic to the real life model, and I love the attention to detail there. Very nice. You can also see this car does have nice lines on the roof, and they do not just stop. They have actually gone ahead and added that extra level of detail. Very nice to see that there. And I'm pretty sure that's it for this car. I don't think I've missed anything off. But there you go. Oh, actually, one last thing. The bottom portion of this front bumper is created using the black base plastic, as well as the front splitter. So there you go. Now that's everything about this car. And now let's get into my final thoughts and review of this car. Alright, so now it's time for my final thoughts and review on this car. I think this is an absolutely amazingly executed casting, as usual, from Hot Wheels. The detail is absolutely there. They have re-released this many times. There was a red one, which was the red edition, as well as a yellow one. And I know this year they are releasing it in other colours, such as white and grey. But this time they have some kind of funky detailing on the side. It is not a factory fresh look that they're going for. I find this an interesting casting to do. Out of all the cars they could have picked, they chose this one. But honestly, I'm pretty happy they did, because I would have never known about this car if this was not in the Hot Wheels mainline. So I'm absolutely thrilled that it's here, and I think this is the best colour of it. This dark metallic blue pops on this car. Anyways, that's my review on this car. Now let me give you my final score out of 10 on this car. So what am I going to give this car out of 10? It's getting a 9 out of 10 straight from here. I absolutely love this thing. I think it's absolutely awesome. And then wing mirrors top this car off, because I absolutely love wing mirrors, as you'll know, on Hot Wheels cars. And when they're not there, I'm very disappointed. And it's not good enough. It's alright on the main lines though, but on the premiums it's not good enough. But anyways, that's it for this video. So if you enjoyed, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Remember, you can also press that notification bell so you do not miss any new uploads. Remember, you can also share this video with any friends, family, or in any groups who may be interested. But remember, don't feel pressure to if you don't feel like you have anybody who may be interested in this video. You watching this video all the way to the end means so much to me, and I really do thank you for making it all the way up until this point. But anyways, that's it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, everyone.